Good morning. In discussion with Her Excellency Ms. Rosimar, Consulate General of Brazil to Mumbai, and witnessing the historic launch of the e-book, a mammoth compilation by Gematlas in terms of the gemstones, the products which are available for the global sector, and what an opportunity to do an e-book launch in the GGPC owned signature exhibition. How do you feel, ma'am?
Well, I feel very happy to be here. Yeah. Thank you for inviting me. And I was just being walked around and trying to learn a little bit about the sector.
Yes.
And I can clearly see there are many opportunities, or I would rather say some opportunities of trying to start some interaction. And further, who knows, business, because there is some trade going on.
Absolutely.
Brazil has exports gold
Yes.
and some other precious stones,
Yes.
like tourmaline,
Yes.
rubies,
Yes.
sapphires, emeralds.
Yes.
But I know that some Indian buyers buy our gold.
That's right.
But it's a very small trade, usually made by small businessmen, small and medium businessmen. But what I see, because that's my second visit to this fair, India has a huge expertise
Fantastic.
that could be passed on to our potential people who are in the field who would be interested.
Yeah.
So I'm talking about skilling, training,
Yes.
and we could prospect for business. We received some businessmen here who wanted to sell more gold to India.
Very
That's
well.
a good thing.
Very well.
And they came a second time trying. They made a course here, right? So who knows? Last year, Brazil, there was one seminar on gems and jewelry sector in India, organized by the India-Brazil Chamber of Commerce there in Rio de Janeiro.
Oh, very well.
So who knows?
Absolutely.
We eventually, we can do more
That's right.
in this sector.
That's right. There are so many companies from India who travel to exhibitions abroad, in Europe as well as in US, in Far East Asia. There is also one of the big sector in Brazil. They also have a very good jewelry exhibition, the IBGM, which is the official apex trade body in Brazil, in Rio de Janeiro. Do you think there should be more participation from the Indian companies going there?
Well, definitely. I think the best way to prospect for business is to take part in trade fairs.
Yes.
No, that's what I keep trying to say to the businessmen, and also, to Indian businessmen. We have to travel each other's fairs,
Yeah.
because that's the only way to prospect for some avenues
That's
of
right.
doing business together.
That's right.
But in Brazil, we work a lot the semi-precious stones. It's a different approach
Yes.
that we have to gold,
From the European US market.
Yeah. So we have a lot of them, these semi-precious stones, and we use a lot, to fabricate those very charming accessories, and we are not very much in the heavy, imponent
Right.
jewelry,
That's right.
And also in gold, it's seen also as a way of saving when it comes in plates,
Yes,
in
that's
this.
right.
But that's what I see, There is, even though the market is different in its approach, how to use it, what kind of gold jewelry to use, choose to use. But when it comes to the technology and to the stones themselves, there is a lot. Yeah.
Do you think there should be a trade delegation that should come in all the way from Brazil in terms of the gem and jewelry sector, try and identify some meetings with the Indian manufacturers, have some business matching services organized?
And why not some of the organizers, people involved in the sector here, going to Brazil? We have already the calendar of the fairs, which I can share with you.
Yes.
It would be wonderful.
How about
And
they
knowing
coming here?
that the Indian embassy there in Brazil
Yes.
is involved in this, in trying to showcase how is the sector here.
Yes.
So I think it would be a great opportunity.
How about the Brazilian companies coming to India, ma'am?
Yeah, they come, but so far I have received them individually, not a delegation just for this sector, but individuals.
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
And of course we try to guide them, but the ideal thing would be to see them coming more often and in a delegation, with a more focused idea, what to do. With some more idea in their minds.
Thank you.
Okay.
We also have Mr. Prithvi Shripal, Director Gematlas. Tell us, Prithvi, you are one of those young bloods in the industry. How do you look at this online ebook launch, and what's the focus of this product? Where do you think this will be beneficial for the trade?
I think this would benefit the trade from a manufacturer to an end consumer's perspective.
Yes.
Because, I mean, like, people always want reference prices for certain colored stones. The colored stone industry hasn't been as price determined as it could be, and I think an online thing is definitely very helpful, because now a lot more young people are coming into this industry, I feel, and because they are so accustomed to everything being online, it's very easy for them to access everything instead of having like a hardbound book. But I mean, it's very necessary. Substitute stones are also there, which is very important, because for jewelry manufacturers and also for end consumers, they'll know exactly what they're buying. That's one major thing. Transparency is very important in this industry, and that's exactly how it helps.
Perfect.
And thank you, and thanks so much to the Brazilian delegation to come here and launch our book. We're very happy and very honored that they could do so.
Absolutely, it's indeed fantastic. The gem and jewelry industry world over, not only India, is possibly studies show that maybe 22% is what is online. How do you think these kind of products will actually help get them more online?
I think this would actually boost online sales. Because of this, transparency will be created, and like that, people will be more confident in online sales. It would definitely reduce, I feel, the brick and mortar showrooms, and it would allow people to buy online, sell online, do every kind of business transaction online, which is very convenient for people to do it, like either at their home or at their home office, or wherever they want to do it. So yeah.
That's good. So this book has got gemstones that are produced and mined world over, or only in India?
So this is world over. All of these are world over, because there are over 400 gemstones in this book. Yeah, I mean, and each of them have their own prices, references, their own origins also, where they've come from, their legends also, like for example in Africa, what kinds of legends they have. So it really is world over. So yeah.
I'm sure.
We have here with us Mr. Kaushik Sanghvi, a gemologist who has been in the industry since 22 years. Sir, can you explain the role of regarding the book of Vibgyor, and how effective it will be for the readers and how motivating it will be?
So basically it's a book which is comprising of major stones which are used in day-to-day jewelry in today's world. We have tried to cover various aspects of the things, scientific as well as the normal usage workout to be comprised in it. Normal usage is something where we have also introduced something called price factor. Normally you don't get such kind of price factor easily available. The second best part about the book is this is not only something which is a printed material, it is supposed to be an e-book where the price and any information which needs to be upgraded could be worked out regularly. So the person who are using such kind of a references can always get an upgraded version, and they don't need to buy each and every time something new comes into the market or some new things which are added to the things. They don't need to buy those kind of books again and again in the market. So these are few of the factors which we have tried to add up in the books. Likewise, there are lots of ebooks available, but this is much more different than the normal things which are available in the market. So we have also tried to give a price reference along with it.
Can you explain the pricing part? Have you determined the pricing part? I mean, have you worked on it?
See, basically being a jeweler and a third generation jeweler in this field from last so many years and all that, we have tried to put up the actual price going around in the market. An average price for each and every product has been supplied there. Now it totally depends like what kind of a market or what kind of a geographical background you belong to. The prices would differ a little bit here and there. But otherwise it gives you a reference for the basic price of it.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for being with us.